forever. It's forever today. Hey, we're live.
Yeah. There we go.
Now I should probably make sure we're muted if it ever comes up. It's like still saying I'm not live on my end. It's like, no, you're not live.
Oh, you're live.
Oh, there we
It's like
go.
still saying.
There we go.
It's like, no, you're not live.
Oh, you.
There we go. No. I had to figure out all this stuff with the computer. It's weird. I'm not used to using this computer.
When I go on the road, I'm going to be using a laptop also, and they have this. It's like you get 2 extra monitors for the laptop, and it kind of folds into the laptop, so it comes out, and you got 3 monitors.
Endless vlogs. How does it sound? I meant to ask that when we were chatting before we started the live. Like, does it sound okay?
You sound okay. Are you using just the mic on the?
I don't know what I'm using. I don't know how to operate 90% of this thing. I don't know what I'm using.
Yeah,
NWI.
Sounds good.
Hi, darling. Love you, girl. So I've been hounding Gil for the last couple days about going live, and finally it's happening. We had to delay a little bit because my computer, as you see, not using my normal setup. I'm actually outside, not using a green screen either. But my computer took a crap, and I had to figure this thing out to begin with. And
She's
then
outside cleaning it up.
Yeah. And I just haven't felt like going live on top of it. And Gil hasn't felt like going live, and it's just been a whole big shit show there. How's everyone doing? And Gil's still eating dinner. Dwayne Watka, what's up? See, the thumbs up now has to, like, I'm used to being up here for the thumbs up. So it's like, I'm already up.
Okay, there we go.
Endless, doing okay. Just busy. Just so busy lately. This summer has been very busy, and it's almost over, I guess we should say. That's why certain things can't plug in NWI. Couldn't help myself.
It was very appropriate.
Then she had to add in or a battery for that sake.
It's good to be prepared, isn't it, Joanne?
It's a good thing when you don't need that either. No.
Hope you get the one that has dual powered exhaust. Bulk discount.
Just got to feed the one I got. No. Yeah, NWI, you know me. You know my luck with about everything. Cars and all that shit. It's just shitty. You're just kind of used to it at this point.
Loving it.
We were just talking about that as we were talking before starting the live.
I'm starting to buy accessories for it now. Running boards and LED upgrades, and I'm getting lights for the rear bed and all that fun stuff.
He's upgrading it all, and Mike's still like, I want a truck.
I've waited a very, very long time for this.
What kind of accessories he answered that as you're typing it, apparently. I didn't even think to message you, NWI. You were still here. You're like, come on, they gotta be going live at some point. She saved me the other day. She followed me to my father-in-law's and brought me home. Is that Katie? Katie!
I just turned around and she was there. Okay.
You look either really tired or not in a great mood today.
No. I'm tired.
She tired. Oh,
Middle name.
excuse me. Love you, kids.
My boys and Autumn are in the house. Mike's at work. But I'm alone because I'm outside. They don't see unless I have a fire going. The kids don't want to venture out here, so this is how you avoid them. You go outside.
Yeah. And you know, in all honesty, you do sound good. Like the microphone's picking you up well. There's no outside like noise or whatever. So
Well, that's good to know. See, I could take you guys on a tour.
A 3-hour tour. Oh my goodness.
We're moving.
Yep, they were.
Anyone that watches like our channel, they haven't seen the garden as it is. They've seen like the
you should work your magic and maximize your screen so people can see better.
Well, that involves
you can take me off your screen for a little bit. I'll just Morgan Freeman it on the side for a little while. Show off your pride. There you go.
See, NWI has seen it live. That's all tomatoes behind me. The corn got harvested the other day, so like my sweet corn is gone. Except for my second planting sweet corn.
Don't forget, you got dead spots throughout that garden.
Dead
and
spots.
You're the one you're hosting the live, so if we lose you.
That's right. It doesn't like certain spots. We got the pumpkins, and then the cucumber trellis, and the very tall popcorn.
They outdid themselves this year, guys.
And the sunflowers. There we go.
Beautiful sunflowers.
Pretty.
It's amazing.
It's starting to die back a little bit.
It's way better than my garden.
But it's starting to slowly die back, but it's looking good. Like I got more corn planted here. This is second planting corn. So
NWI wants to know how the corn turned out.
Tasted amazing. We had some corn actually tonight with dinner, and I did freezer corn with the rest of it, and that's in the freezer, but it tastes amazing. So I'm not going all the way to the way back of the garden because, as Gil said, there's dead spots in that back corner. It doesn't like my internet back there. This is the corn that's left standing is only standing because it's got beans wrapped around it. So I can't take that down. And then this is tomatoes. And the tomatoes.
Tomatoes. Still got a whole ton of them on there.
Heavenbound Farm, what's up? Moose Knuckle, what's up?
It's good to see everybody.
But the corn turned out amazing. Got the habaneros, of course. Got to have the hot habaneros.
Nice.
Waiting for those to ripen up so I can make some yummy habanero sauce.
NWI, I am jealous. She says all the produce you gave me was awesome.
Yeah, I gave her a cantaloupe, some cucumbers, and some tomatoes. I think that's what she got from me. Have you ate the cantaloupe already?
Yeah.
NWI came over and saved me, so I'm like, I got to give you some fresh produce.
No, my lips split, and then I pick at it, and now
Well, don't do that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't pick at it. That don't help.
Well, this one healed. They were split at the same time, but then
You keep picking at him, you're going to look like the Joker.
Oh, Moose was dreaming about you last night, Gil. He's moved on from Mike, apparently.
Oh, I got a story for y'all. Can I get on the podium for a minute?
You can get on the podium.
No, not that.
Center.
I don't need to be all the way up here.
That's what she said.
Yeah. Anyway, okay. So Melissa had a weekend with the girls. You know, the girls went down in New Hampshire and they had a great time and they were doing a whole bunch of stuff. So she came back and she was at her girlfriend's place there, and she was ready to be picked up. So I'm here. I get up and I put the dogs in their kennel, and I take off and I go get her. We're almost home, and I get a call from my daughter. Dad, why did you lock the cat in with Moon? I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, Sarah was in there with Moon.
Well, good thing Sarah's kind of bitchy.
And she was in there a good hour and a half, and Moon was just barking with her and playing with her like a little chew toy. And I mean, those dogs don't mean any ill will at all to the cats. They like playing with the cats, but I'll tell you what, I bet you she was pretty damn tired when we finally got home. Anyway, yeah, locked the cat in with the dog. I didn't even realize it happened because there was a little blanket on the inside of Moon's kennel, and she does love to. The cat loves to get in there and lay down and sneak in there. And I just put Moon in, and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't hear any growling, any hissing, any of that. So I just took off.
You got home and Sarah gave you this look like I hate you.
Pretty much.
Let me in that room and lock me in there for a little bit. I'll take care of your side of the bed.
I did feel bad, for the record. Oh well. That was my story.
I did that once with Cheetos because he went into Sky's cage. And I didn't realize he was in there. Closed the door. Luckily, it was pretty fast because all of a sudden I'm like hearing a commotion down there, and I go down and Cheetos is looking at me like, "Hey, I don't get locked in cages. Like this ain't gonna fly." So he didn't get locked for long. Like I said, Sarah at least is a little bit bitchy, or she'll hold her own. The other cat's a little bit more spooky. Oh, he muted us. The cantaloupe's the only thing you haven't had yet. I have a cantaloupe I need to actually cut into in the house right now because it is 100% ripe. I pulled in one yesterday, Sue-Ann. It is 6.5 pounds. 6.5 pounds, this cantaloupe. It's huge. I don't know. He muted us.
I'm sorry. The whole time I'm talking and I'm thinking I'm talking to everybody. I'm
Well,
like,
you're like,
why isn't my YouTube chat catching up? I'm like, did you see new chat?
You were pointing outside and stuff, so I figured you purposely muted us because you were saying something. And
Katie's
then
boyfriend is here. He's spending the night tonight.
Oh. All kinds of fun, huh?
Yeah. How do you know if it's ripe?
Like typically, if you can smell the melony smell, you know it's ripe. But the way I'm knowing with this one is it's gotten really soft, kind of like it does in the store. Like because when I gave it to you, it was fairly hard, like hard.
I'm gonna go put my dish in. You keep trying to. I'll be right back.
He's gonna put it in the hole.
I'm sorry, it was funny.
Jelly Duck, what's up? Thumbs up. So when I gave it to you, it was still pretty hard. When you can actually like squeeze it and it actually feels somewhat soft, then it's ready. So that's how I could tell. Mine is the kids will come to the backyard. Help!
Ew.
I don't see Gil. I see an empty chair.
And an empty couch. Don't forget the couch.
I had a question and I thought you were downstairs because I knew you were live with Gil, but you normally are downstairs when you do.
Oh, how dare you not tell me?
How dare I not tell
I thought I
you?
noticed on my phone. That's how I knew.
Oh, I
know.
the dog.
They will come outside.
I see what I did now.
I wanted to see if
Now
I could go
not
for a walk.
anymore.
And Fern wants to come with me.
I don't care.
It's the chin brush. That's right, it is.
Hi.
Hey, Caleb.
Yeah.
Not too bad. How are you?
Not bad.
Yeah, be careful. She'll jump all
that's
over.
fine.
And the dogs will discipline her because she jumps too much. And sorry. Hey, Autumn. What's going on? Troy.
Hi.
Oh
I
God,
stepped on a pickle.
you looked like Blue's Clues there. Doo-doo-doo.
Okay, let's go. I need to.
No. It's good to see you too, Jelly Duck. It's been a while.
It has been a while, Jelly Duck. You know, but we can't really like put this all on anyone other than ourselves. We don't go live that often anymore, so
Well,
I
you know, the way I think about it is I'm not really that much of an entertaining individual. So why put people through that? You know?
Coach CJ, what's
Coach
up?
CJ, what's going on? Oh,
You always come in at prime moments, CJ. You always do. Squishy melons this time. Yes, we're talking squishy melons. Before that, it was about hard and soft. So hey,
talking about, you know, soft and firm and yeah.
and then squishy melons. You always come in at prime moments. So it was in regards to my garden because NWI got a cantaloupe from my garden and she was asking how to tell if it was ripe. So I was explaining it in the best terms I could.
Me too.
I just like melons. I'm not picky. See, but I know how a sour topic for Gil right now is watermelons.
Yes. Watermelons, I don't know if they're just out of season in this area or what the deal is, but the last couple of watermelons we got were awful. They were dry, they were fibrous, they were gross.
My watermelon, I have a sugar baby, and that thing is taking forever to ripen. And it's really starting to make me mad. I want my flipping watermelon. You went for a walk with your sister. They just left. Then he's inside. I don't know.
Whew.
They came out and asked if they could go for a walk. From there, they went inside. They went for the walk. They're in one of those areas. Well, they're going to be leaving in a few minutes for a walk. Landon's looking for Troy, apparently. Oh, now he realizes I'm on here with... Where are you?
The sugar baby is still hanging there.
Yes, it's still hanging there. According to what I read, there's like the finger vine that holds on to the trellis. When it turns brown and dries out, that's when the melon is ready to harvest. It has not turned brown and dried out yet. So now what? What? How do I know it's ready? I don't want to take off and not be ready.
You're going to have to wait.
But I want my melon.
That was one thing I made sure we had plenty of. You remember that? We had watermelon. We had nice chilled watermelon in the fridge. Awesome.
Oh, we never had watermelon here. And he comes out, he's like, we need watermelon in the fridge. And then he left and my kids like acted like they were dying if they didn't have watermelon in the fridge.
You're welcome.
Yeah, dry melons are no fun. Perfect timing.
Thank you, Coach CJ. It was how he said it too. Oh, I don't like dry melons.
So my thing I'm worried about with that sugar baby is it's getting huge. It's getting like the size of a full-size watermelon. They're supposed to be small watermelons. So I'm like, is it going to get overripe? But then again, look at my cantaloupe that are 7 pounds. Like, I guess my stuff just wants to be big.
How was the cantaloupe, by the way?
Tasted delicious.
Awesome.
And yeah, I got one in the house that needs to be cut into. I got 4 in the house. I think 4 in the house right now.
Man, why does it look so good on StreamYard, but I look washed out on YouTube?
What happened to the beard? He got too hot.
No, more or less, I got bored with it.
He looks about the same, I think, between the two. I don't know.
Well, it got too long, and I'm like, I thought about trimming it, and I did. I just kept on going until it was gone.
Well, Mike had a decent goatee going, and he's like, I'm going to trim it some. He comes out of the bathroom after trimming it, and I'm like, you basically took the whole thing off. What the hell? He's like, no, I just trimmed it. I'm like, no, you got like nothing now. There's like nothing. It's like the remnants of hair. That's it.
Doesn't it take Mike a while to grow a beard or grow anything?
He doesn't grow a beard. His goatee grows relatively fast, but he can't grow a beard. You're washed up, not washed out.
Squeaky clean on the outside, needs work on the inside. I don't know what you're trying to say.
No,
Coach CJ, much love to you, buddy.
As far as Mike goes, he does his goatee and stuff will grow up pretty fast. It's just he can't get a thick beard. Like he can't get this all to grow in, which I'm cool with. I'm cool with. If I let my facial hair grow, I'm like Joe Dirt. No, I noticed instantly. NWI, I noticed instantly. Like you had to remember, Mike goes from looking appropriate age to looking like a 10-year-old when he takes that goatee off. It's a fast notice.
Let's just say that, hey, Raven the Blackbird, how you doing, buddy?
What's up?
Yeah. If I were to shave this all off and had like a baby face, it is instantaneously mortifying to certain members of my family.
Well, yeah, you were threatened with threats if you were to take it off ever again.
I was definitely threatened with threats, and they were threats on top of threats on top of threats. And I know this person, this particular person, my daughter, would make good on those threats.
Oh, I have a feeling she would.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, she is very. Yeah. Yeah.
No, I noticed very quickly when Mike shaves his goatee off. He goes through, like, he let it grow out for a while, and then he'll, like, go, like, and completely clean it up and, like, basically shave it off. And I'm like, why'd you do that?
I wanted to tell you, I started cutting into the compressors that I have. I have about 11 of them. And I started cutting into the Metal Music Maniac. Hello.
What fresh
So
air
that's
looks
what
like?
fresh air looks like.
Right here. The fresh air is on that side of the screen, though. So you're cutting into the compressors?
Yep, I started to cut into the compressors. I had to stop because I ran out of. I had like 2 blades, and now I have no blades, and I need more.
So I kind of am going to probably have to cut into mine because Mike might kill me if I let him sit another full year.
I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful evening, NWI Diver. Sue Ann, I miss you. I'm sorry I wasn't able to see you this year, but next year, I want at least 2 30-minute hugs each.
Sue Ann, love you, darling. And we need to plan something really soon. You're 5 minutes from me, damn it.
I know.
We need like Olive Garden break or something. We need something.
Ooh, tour of Italy sounds good.
So we went to Olive Garden before COVID ever hit. Had a great time. It was probably like a month or 2 before COVID hit. We made plans to go do COVID to do.
You made plans to do COVID?
We made plans to go to Olive Garden. Like literally the weekend it was the week of them deciding schools were going to be shut down because of COVID. So our plans got canceled and they never got made up.
Metal Music Maniac. Coach CJ, you leave me and my 30-minute hugs alone. I'm a good hugger.
She doesn't let go easily as it is. Like you can easily get a 10-minute hug out of her without even trying.
Yep.
And usually that 10-minute hug turns into another hug. So I guess you could just say it's a 30-minute hug. It just keeps on going.
It was one of the highlights of my visit.
But yes, we never made up our Olive Garden plans since COVID started. And COVID canceled them on us. And I'm not happy about that.
Oh, jeez. Coach, she just says, I'm a 2-minute hugger and I need a nap. If I shave my beard, I look like I am 21.
Can I use your PS4? I'm laying upstairs.
No.
Why?
Why don't you? Why?
Austin doesn't have one anymore.
He doesn't have a PS4 anymore?
I gave it to Skylar. No.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Please do not lose any of my stuff and bring it back downstairs when you're done.
Well, he gave away his PS4, huh?
Apparently. Oh, I looked outside and Katie's boyfriend has a similar shaped vehicle to Austin. I thought Austin was coming home from work early. I'm like, oh, he got fired. No,
didn't you say he's staying the night?
Yes.
Man, that's like scary.
Let's just say I had to come to terms with some things.
I don't know that I'd be able to come to terms with some things. Ralph Moore, what's up?
It's good to see you, Ralph. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying that I needed to do that. I needed to come to terms with some things.
She's still a little girl. Like I know, but she is.
She's an adult. Technically, she's an adult. She'll always be my baby girl.
I haven't known her as long, but it's funny because like my memory of her is that like one of the first videos I watched when you first started YouTube, and this little Caden sitting on your lap, all excited about you doing YouTube.
That was my 10th. No, that was my 10th video review. That was my 10th video.
That was one of the first videos I watched of yours.
Yeah. I'm like, yeah, tell me about it. Tell me what you think. And she's like, yes, I love this and I love that.
It was so damn cute. It was so damn cute.
It was awesome. I might have to show Caleb some of those videos.
It was the cutest damn thing ever. So she'll always be a little girl, okay? It's ingrained in my memory.
I have a video. She was like 9 or 10 when she did the ALS challenge. You know that ALS challenge thing that was popular way back.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. The ice bucket challenge.
I don't know. Still one of the funniest videos for me is, that I don't think you will ever forget is when the girls ate the hot noodles the second time. The real truth of why they weren't so hot the first time was freaking hilarious.
Hormones.
Yeah. He was a cute boy. That was Austin. He was cute though.
PS4 games also run on PS5. Most games get a bit of a graphic upgrade even. That's cool. Yeah, I heard that it's backwards compatible. It's about time they started doing that.
Yeah, Xbox started doing that with not all their games, but some of them, like all the Call of Duties play. But I haven't seen Mike play Call of Duty since they banned him off the one platform, and he basically said, screw them.
Well, the PlayStation 2 was backwards compatible. And then they're like, we're going to try to make as much money as possible. So the PS3 and the PS4, they're not backwards compatible. And the PS5, all right.
Maybe they're like, okay, we've been losing money because people are getting pissed off.
Well, it's becoming more and more of a virtual market. You know what I mean? You can download games now.
I've never figured out why a download isn't cheaper than the real thing, because they cost them $0 to manufacture.
Well, right. I mean, once you've developed the code and you've created the game, all you're doing essentially is making copies on a 30-cent disc. And then you turn it around and charging $60 for it.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm trying to figure out. I just got a message, but I don't know from who. Making sure it wasn't the man. No, I didn't get another food saver. My food saver took a crap. That's a sad day.
Boy, everything's been taking a crap over down at your place lately.
Yeah.
Have you been feeding everything fiber or something? What's going on?
I don't know. It's all like taking shits, and
Everybody's on a Raisin Bran diet. Fiber poopy time.
It hasn't been constipated shit, so I swear it's just like full on runs. The worst kind.
Uh-oh. I don't know if I'm frozen or she's frozen.
Oh, wait, there. Are we good now?
Yeah, yes, now we're good. Yes.
I froze.
Okay, it wasn't me. I'm looking at the playback.
I think it was me. I was saying it's not been even like the constipated shits. It's been like the full on diarrhea runs. The worst kind of shit there is.
Don't you dare.
I played the cat game Stray a few weeks ago. Highly recommend it for anyone who has a cat or likes animals in general, or if you like cute puzzle games.
I don't play games. I just
The more you know. Excuse me.
Eat more fiber.
Did you know that yesterday, or maybe it was the day before, I'm getting old, so the time's kind of blending together. I created the very first Skillz short video.
I did not get notified of that, so no, I did not.
Yep. I created the first Skillz short video pertaining to the channel. So yeah, it was a tip on cutting compressors, ironically enough.
Well,
you might hear the dogs going ballistic in a few seconds. They love to argue through their cages. So Luna's cage is on top of Sky's and Moon's, and it's like neighbors arguing with each other. It's so weird. What? Get the what? The Dunkin' toys in Luna's mouth?
Yeah.
How did it end up in her mouth? I'll be right back.
Luna's being a brat. Sky is Luna be a bad puppy. She's looking over there like she's bad. She's really bad.
Give it to me.
That did not sound good.
Stop it. Did I do anything wrong?
It's not her toy.
She acts like she's getting murdered.
No, but you shouldn't be acting like that.
Nah.
Huskies are jerks. They're over dramatic jerks.
Oh.
I've never seen the
Did you kill a dog?
You might think so. Luna is a whiner. Okay, so she's one of them whiny dogs. So like, if you yell at her or whatever the case may be, she's like, oh. Anyway,
That's my Sky.
she had Moon's toy, and she was up in her kennel, and Melissa and Cadence were trying to get the toy, and she was growling at them. So she came and got me, and I went out over there, and I asked for it. She growled at me. I grabbed her by the scruff, and I pulled her over to me, and I just pulled it out of her mouth. That's all that happened. I got witnesses.
Sky is the same way. She yelps and whines and carries on just for you grabbing her collar.
So, yeah, I mean, you would think that I was, like, torturing the dog. I mean, apparently Coach CJ heard it.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure everyone heard it because I heard it clear as day.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to listen to the replay.
and see, it's a mixture of the yelping you heard and it sounded like something got body slammed. You hear, Gooch! Oh, damn.
Now, I don't tolerate. See, the dogs can fight amongst themselves, but Luna's the only one that will growl at Melissa or Cadence. You know, like with a toy or with food, or like if she doesn't want to give something up, she'll growl at them. And I'm not for that.
Yeah. Well, Rocky has grumbled a couple times, but Sky doesn't growl. But Sky's overreactor. If she doesn't like something, or you like grab her collar, or she knows, especially if she knows she's been bad. If she's been doing something she's not supposed to do, and you grab a hold of her collar, she's
yeah. Oh yeah, and that's Luna. Like the other two dogs, they don't. Sky and Moon don't do that. Luna, she's a whiny little bitch.
Oh yeah,
and that's accurate. I'm not calling her name. She really a female dog. You know. Anyway.
See, Rocky, for the most part, he stops. Like he won't carry on like that unless you actually smack his ass.
Yeah.
Like if you grab him, you can grab him all you want, but Sky, you can't just grab. I can't. Now Mike can do anything with that dog, and she won't make a sound.
Can you hear the squeaky toy? Can you hear it?
Uh-huh.
Can you hear it?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. That's Moon happily playing with the toy that Luna stole from her.
Literally, his name was Asshole. Well, the funny thing is, Rocky is called Asshole, and he responds to that. Sky's called Dipshit, and she responds to that.
Yeah, my dogs respond to a lot of names, too.
And they also respond to Dumb and Dumber. Because that's how I usually tell the kids, hey, Troy, let Dumb and Dumber up. And he's like, well, which one's dumb and which one's dumber? I'm like, dumb is Rocky, dumber is Sky.
See, look, Sky's in here. She wants nothing to do with. You can't. Well, you can see her.
Sky's like, I am not a part of this shenanigans in that room.
Yep, no BS for me. I mean, she's the smart one out of all the dogs.
She goes, I don't know why you decided you had to get siblings for me. I was fine being the only dog.
It was weird how it all kind of happened. You know, I got Moon, and we were happy with just the two dogs, but Luna was a rescue. And Melissa, half kids around, because she's, you know, kind of serious about it. She's like, we're going to rehome you. We're going to rehome. No, we're not going to rehome you.
Well, I tell that to my dogs too, and it's not really half kidding around either.
Yeah. No, I know. But it's one of those things where if you're committed, you're committed. You know,
I've told them a few times. I go, you want to run out the door now and just find yourself a new home? I'm okay with it. They drive me nuts.
Her behaviors, like, she's not a bad dog. Luna's not a bad dog at all. You know, she's extremely friendly, but she's slow for a dog. You know what I mean? And it's hard for me to sit here and, like, both Huskies that I've had before her, like Moon and Sky, they're extremely smart. You know, they catch on very quickly. They're trained relatively easy. Luna threw the theory that all Huskies are like that out the window.
Well, see, the thing is she might not be dumb per se. I don't know with her. Like Sky, yeah. Like takes She is so fucking hard-headed. She's smart as shit, but she, like, you tell her to sit, and you have to sit there and like get to a point of like raising your voice and like getting pissed off before she'll sit. She just looks at you like, yeah, okay, you
Yeah.
said what? And she
All
knows
of my
it,
huskies do that.
but it's with everything for her. Like Sky,
It's a stubborn streak. Yeah.
Sky tests the limits for everything. And it's like she acts almost stupid, but it's honestly she's the smartest fucking dog ever. She's just a hard-headed bitch.
Like I've given Luna the same training around the yard, around the perimeter of the yard, and whatnot. And she keeps ended up going in the neighbor's yard and whatnot. We had to get a not a leash, but like a line for her out back because she wouldn't come when she was called, and so we're using that as kind of a disciplinary tool in a way because it's weird because she's almost embarrassed. Dogs seem, you can tell, like a dog's like, oh man, they're all playing and I'm not. So I've tried giving her a little bit of freedom. Like today, I gave her a little bit of freedom and she came when she was called. All it takes is once and she's back on that leash. She's back on that line.
Yeah, no, Sky would possibly do okay out by you and be able to be free because she actually is pretty good about the not running.
Yeah.
But Huskies are just known to be assholes with that. Sky, for whatever reason, has never been. Well, she did run one time. When we first got her, she took off out the door and took off running. And I went after her and she continued running. And I turned around and walked back in the house and said, have fun in your new life. And I closed the door. Opened the door a minute later and she was sitting at the door like, what the hell? And she's never ran.
Huskies are going to love to run, but if they run out of the yard or they ran into the woods and don't come back, that's a different story. So like I said, I've gone through great lengths to train my dogs to know where they should be and where they shouldn't be. And Luna, either she's more stubborn or less smart, or maybe a combination of both. I don't know.
It could be all of the above.
My dogs used to lick us to death after being punished. They tried to drown us in slobber. No dog, like if you truly have a bond with your dog and you get upset over something that dog does, believe it or not, that dog will feel bad and try to make it up to you in the form of slobber.
Rocky.
No, you can't. I've come to the conclusion that you can't do that, mental maniac. It just, it doesn't work. All it is a pyramid scheme. If you buy anything that shows you how to train women, you can't do it. I'm sorry, you were saying about Rocky?
Rocky thinks we have that bond. So if I'm mad at him, he like sits there and he gets all puppy dog face and crawls up to me and whines and carries on. And it's like,
see, you know what I'm talking about.
I'm not your friend. He's like, well, you love me.
Come on, man.
You have to love me because I love you so much.
That's no fun, no choker, no leash.
No.
Yeah. None of those things. Unless you're into those things, in which case you do you know.
You do you.
Metal Bees maybe said, yeah, that's no fun, no choker, no leash.
Yeah. Or you just keep buying into the pyramid scheme thinking you're going to train us.
Yeah. This, thankfully I learned a long time ago that you can't do stupid shit like that.
It comes back to bite you in the ass, huh?
Especially when you're married and, half of your assets are in the balance.
You learned the hard way, huh?
Yes, mostly.
That would explain why I'm still single.
Oh, we're the same age, man. That's cool. I don't know that being single at that age would probably be interesting. Yet, if you're looking for a serious relationship, I would imagine that would also be quite scary nowadays. It's like jumping into a lake that you can't see the bottom of. You don't know what's down there.
The dating scene is just scary from what I see. I see people posting about it. I'm like, yeah, that's a scary looking thing. I don't want that.
Holy crap. So Metal Music Maniacs 47 also? Shit, we get a room full of 47-year-old people.
Coach CJ, Mike gets to go fishing whenever he wants to. I don't stop him from doing that shit.
I don't know, Coach CJ. I think Metal Music Maniac just said that he's 47.
I'm 37, so no.
Oh, come on. 47 is the new 27.
37?
Why did you put 4 dots after that, Ralph?
You're 29?
I don't think he is. I think he's in his mid-30s.
I'm like, I have a hard time believing that.
At least that is what tell you ladies. I tell you ladies. What ladies? There's no ladies in this chat, Ralph. Lady. There's a lady.
I guess I'm not a lady. Okay.
No, you're not ladies, but you are a lady. Like you're not multiple people. You know what? Somebody would probably turn that into a gender. Multiple people.
Gil, it probably already is a gender.
It probably is. Like, what is it? Hetero, multisexual. Hetero.
Okay. Want to know what really bothers me? The one that really bothers me? Pansexual. What's pansexual? You love what you love. Is that not what we already do? We love what we love. Why do we need a name for that now?
Exactly.
It really bothers me.
We're getting awful dangerously close into a philosophical discussion that I'm trying I'm pansexual.
I'm not going to go into the other ones. I just want to know why they had to come up with a name for something that was already existent.
At the very least, you can have a menage a trois with 2 hands.
You never have to explain your whereabouts to your head.
That's true, because it's always close by.
But no, like I said, I'm not even going to get into the other ones. But why did they have to come up with a name of something that explains something that was already existent? It's always been you love what you love. So why is there a new name for it now? Like, do we need a name for everything?
You know what I think it comes down to, in all honesty? I mean, if anybody feels different and out of place, the human need for acceptance drives people to do crazy shit.
True, but it still bothers me.
Well, no, I'm not necessarily justifying it, but I can understand the underlying reason. It's an acceptance thing. It's misguided. I feel it's misguided, but it's an acceptance thing. People can be accepted without coming up to of like 50 shades of gray of genderality. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What, baby? What? She's like, I don't want to be filmed. What do you want?
I just want to love him.
What do you want?
Tomo, what's up?
Oh my. This guy's happy to see you, Cosmo.
Tomo?
Oh, I thought you said Cosmo, like Cosmo Black the Bunny. Tom Andrews, how you doing, buddy? I don't know what the hell's going on tonight, but boy,
Guys, happy
oh
to
boy,
see you, Cosmo.
what a ride! You
Yeah.
never know; you might be like lurking.
So that's the new name for the next cat you get, Tomo. It's gonna have to be Cosmo.
Black the Bunny.
Oh my god. No, that's
Yeah.
Moon is just like, I got my toy.
Yep. And do you know what the toy is? It's
Uh,
a Dunkin' Donuts iced coffee cup. Well, not literally, but it's like a plushie in the shape of one of those cups.
yes, Tom, you need another cat. You need to get another cat. It needs to happen.
No, that's not what that means, Raven. Transgender means that someone is transitioning from one gender to another.
Yeah, trans. I don't know. See, they used to have what? 4 different identities, and I could understand the 4 identities. They all had a meaning, but now they got so many. I don't know what's what anymore. Like, they have a flag for each one too, and I'm like looking at these color combinations people have on stuff, and I'm like, well, I know that means something, but I don't know what. I find myself Googling color combinations all the time lately, and I'm like, oh, that means pansexual. Okay.
Color combinations?
Yes, like people have like a pink, green, white, and like it's in like a flag style. And I'm like, I bet you that means something. And I look it up and I'm like, that means that. Okay.
Yeah, well, I guess transgender could be a little bit more open-minded when it comes to the definition. But, it's been expanded upon in recent years. But transgender that's what it used to mean, is like, like if you were a guy and you were born with a woman's spirit or woman, you know what I mean? If you felt you were meant to be a woman and you wanted to transition into a woman, you would do that. You know what I mean? I have nothing downstairs. I'm smooth like a Ken doll. Oh my gosh. I would have thought that you would have been one of those anatomically correct dolls.
I don't know that I needed that.
And they poured too much plastic into the dye, so it looked like one of those things that you break off of something. But you know what I'm talking about, right there, Crystal? She knows because she's laughing her ass off. I'm sure Tom's laughing his ass off, But anyway.
A Ken doll. Why would you compare yourself to a Ken doll?
Well, especially when you're talking about your manhood, Ken sexual.
So most men exaggerate. They say 6 inches, they really mean 4 inches. So you say nothing. What does that mean? You're -10?
What do they call it? The factor of 3. Like if a guy says 3, it really means 6.
No, if a guy says 3, it means less than that. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, I wasn't sure. I maybe I had it backwards. I don't know. And just for the record, I have nothing but the utmost respect for transgendered folks and the LGBT NCP terrible with acronyms community. But I just there's some things I just don't understand.
Yeah,
it's not from an ignorant standpoint, but it's like I understand what's going on, but I don't understand the need for it. You know what I mean?
I don't understand the need for so many different names of things. Like, it's like they overlap each other, and it's just too hard to keep track. And then they go, "Oh, you're insensitive." How are you insensitive if you can't understand it? Like, I don't understand it.
I am an extremely accepting person, I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sexuality is, what your race is. I don't care. You treat me good, I treat you good. And I promise I won't ever sneeze on you. It's just the way it is.
No. Yeah. It's the same. I don't understand why there has to be so many names and so many labels and so many, like, I don't know. I'm more for that simple is best, simplistic is best. So why not have, as it's always been, the handful of labels? Maybe add a couple that might be like make sense to be in there, and just keep it simple so people can actually understand what you're talking about, instead of having 50 different names where you say something and I'm looking at you like, and that means what?
The human race we're inherent overreactors. We do not like change. We're not creatures that like change, and things that are different, we don't handle things that are different well. You know what I mean? So I think it's an overcompensation. Like when something new comes out or something comes to the forefront, for the very first time, a lot of people react to it negatively. So, it's like,
I told
fuck you guys, I'm going to be gay and I'm going to be proud and I'm going to be this and I'm going to be that. So there's like an overreaction of that.
I told you my reaction to the one label that was thrown at me by my child that I didn't understand. And then when she explained it, I'm like, now I don't understand it. You explained it, and I had my sarcasm come out and play it instead of your genuine feelings, because I was seriously like looking at her like, you still got me confused. You can't confuse me and expect me to be genuine at that point, because then I'm just going to be sarcastic.
What?
If I'm confused, I go to sarcasm.
I know, it's a coping mechanism for you.
Uh-huh. If I'm confused, I go to sarcasm. If I'm really stressed out, I go to sarcasm. If I'm angry, I tend to go to sarcasm. Sarcasm is my coping mechanism.
That is very true. That is very true. GP standing up, deal with it. Exactly. Well, I mean, it makes me wonder, is like, like gender, sexual orientation, race, all of that stuff, the more people, it's one thing to have pride, but it's another thing, like the more you talk about it and the more in your face you are with the subject, the more divided people tend to get. There is some psychology in that statement if you really think about it. And that's what's happening. It's been a reciprocal thing.
A reciprocal. Have you been talking to Troy?
No.
Troy likes using all those.
Although Troy is very smart. He has a lot of $5 words and he's working on the $10 words, and I don't understand it.
That kid. Oh, so the other day, funniest. It's funnier when they did it. But Autumn and Troy were playing this game. I think Guess Who was the game they were playing. And no, it was Yeti and My Spaghetti. They're playing Yeti and My Spaghetti, and each time they pulled a spaghetti noodle, they had to add a word to a sentence. I don't know what the whole sentence was at this point, but Autumn pulls a spaghetti and she goes, demonic is part of, like, the next word to the sentence they're making. And she goes, Troy, do you know what demonic means? And he looks in, without skipping a beat, he goes, it's me. I'm like, oh my God.
I love that kid.
Without skipping a beat, it's me. and then he proceeds to get on his hands and his feet and start walking backwards across the floor, like the exorcism walk. And she's like, we're like, yep, he knows what demonic means.
Coach CJ, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely correct there. But in recent years, it feels and seems like they're making a lot more noise than before. Everybody is.
Yeah.
I just want to silently respect everyone That's what I want to do.
Silence.
Silently respect.
Oh, look.
The more you know. Ding, 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 ding.
I heard you opening the gate. You thought you were going to sneak in while I hear the gate go. I forgot there was
Open the floodgates.
open.
Make it happen, Captain.
Why'd you walk with your book bag?
Had water in it. Took the waters. In case he wanted.
You're weird.
It's
Windows
smart.
on
Okay.
the
You're
toilet,
weird.
water, sitting down.
Wait, is that door locked? Wait, why did it seem to be locked? I don't know. If the
Yeah.
dog's not out here.
Yeah. And you know it's happening in the schools. It's happening in a lot of places where you don't have direct control over it as a parent. You know what I mean? So that's something else. It's like school's not about school anymore. It's about teaching about gender and sexuality at a really, really young age. And I'm like, you know what? I'm glad my kids are all grown up.
Mine aren't.
I know. But you've got enough moxie left in you to like go down to that school and, you know, bunk some heads together.
Go down to what school? That school's in my own fucking house now.
Damn it. So whose heads you going to bunk together?
I guess my own.
Well, you're not going to be teaching that. You're not teaching all that.
It's still there, though. That's the thing, is it doesn't have to be the school. All the kids that go to school, they go to the taekwondo and wherever the fuck they're going, and they still talk like that. So the kids are still in the middle of it, no matter what you do.
Raven says that we need to have people on our panel.
I see, when we go live together, I don't like having people on our panel. Like, I used to do the panels, and I'm very, Gil knows, I don't like big panels. I only like certain people. I'm vetted on who comes up, because it's just, I'm very weird about how the panel works. I don't like the over talking that happens on panels. And I don't like the chaos and the.
Coach CJ, here's the thing: it's like they're starting to teach in these schools all this controversial stuff. Not that, you know, not that this stuff is controversial, but like teaching it in the schools is controversial. So they're bringing all this stuff into the schools, and then they're taking out certain things. Like certain schools don't teach cooking classes anymore. Certain schools don't teach certain social studies classes. Certain schools don't teach home economics. My kids were never taught how to write a check. I mean, not that, you know, checks are pretty much the way of the dinosaur, but like balancing a checkbook or balancing a budget.
Yeah, they don't teach most of that anymore.
And that's stupid. You're setting up a generation or two to fail by doing that. Instead, you're filling the head of all these kids with stuff that's not going to matter 10 or 20 years from now. You know what I'm saying?
So our school, one of the things they did, explore with Holy Cowgirl, what's up?
High five.
Like, one of the things that they do is they have a career path. You pick a career path, and you're supposed to then take classes that are associated with that career path. And they have, like, chef, they have, I think, welding, mechanic. But if the career path you pick is full, then they say, well, that's full. You have to do a different career path. Well, what the hell's the point of doing a fucking career path that's supposed to help you so you actually take some of your college credits in advance if you can't even take your career path, and instead of taking chef, like, to be a chef, you have to go take a mechanic class that you're not interested in. So it's stupid. It's stupid.
And you're absolutely right, Coach C. They're trying to push the kids into college more versus the vocational schools to get the extra money. Although Biden did forgive some student debt today. Did you notice that?
I saw someone post about it. I did not see what it was about. So I'm curious, because I saw something about, like, I saw someone complaining about it because, yeah. But, see, we might have Mike's being forgiven because of fraudulent school. It's actually in review right now.
Yeah.
We just found that out 2 days ago. I was super excited when I opened that envelope and saw that it was in review for fraudulent school.
But anyway, I don't want to get into politics. That's a whole other ball of wax.
Well, that's not bad. CJ went from 12K to 2K.
Yep. So there was a $10,000 loan forgiveness, and there were certain circumstances where people got $20,000 forgiven too, but I don't remember the exact. Well, we do, of course, Raven. We do.
Oh, yeah. So was there like a letter that went out for it?
No, there was a press conference. The president had like a press conference type thing where he announced it.
Send something out telling you who was forgiven or who's I don't know, like, yeah.
I know it's on YouTube. You can look it up, but
like for us, like we went, like, because Mike works in the public service, so after 10 years of working in public service, his would be forgiven. But because of it being like the school he went to, like basically coming out as being a fraudulent school, it has been found as a fraudulent school. There's another route you can take that will get him forgiven in advance, because he's at like year 8. Who's to say he's going to finish 10 years and then let's say he quits next year, then we're fucked.
See, Coach CJ, I mean, they claim that forgiving all this debt will encourage more spending, which will then funnel into the economy, which will prevent inflation and all that fun stuff. But
you know what it's going to do?
I don't know if I believe it.
When people are already going ass backwards on fucking debt,
people are going to save or reallocate to another bill, right?
Or they're just basically going to spend the same amount, because the money that they didn't have to pay during that loan, now they actually can pay a bill that they were supposed to pay, or they can actually buy some food, but it's not like it's going to put all that money back into the economy.
This is the whiner, guys.
I was just going to say, that's not Sky. That's Luna.
No, this is Luna. She's the whiner. And as you can see, she's fine. She's not dead. She's not on a spigot in my living room somewhere.
She was just a bad girl.
She's just a very vocal girl.
She turned around when I said that, like, fuck her. She's like, that lady just called me bod.
Hey, there's no need to protect your toy. But we are a little over an hour there, kiddo.
Yeah, that's what I was just going to say, is that we're at the hour mark, past the hour mark. And she's getting teased by the squeaky toy she can't have.
Yep, pretty much.
She's like, I just want that toy.
Please, Daddy. I'm like, no.
But we're going to end up ending it, guys. We said an hour when we went to go live. We need to do this more. We say it every time. But we actually, this time I pestered Gil and said, we're going fucking live.
No, she says, live tonight, 7 p.m. your time? I'm like, yes.
Yeah. This time he said yes. Last night he said, we'll see. It's so far it looks good, and then he like ignored me the rest of the night. So I'm like,
I fell off the face of the earth. Well, I took a nap. What can I say? I'm old, but
hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you for hanging out. It was a good chat, and we'll catch you next time.
I think pansexuals are the best. I think that's the best gender.